It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Raiders and the Eagles coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Brandon Goode and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Play action. Now it's Daniels. And this will be incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team? This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game. And now it brings up 4th down.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man from Georgia.
And I know everyone's trying to rein in their optimism just a bit, but he played awfully well in the opener. Yeah, he's got some things to work on, as every rookie does. But he gave us all a reason to believe that he could be the starter. Now he's got to prove it again here in game number 2.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A good comeback there after the penalty, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Nance. That's caught. This is Abanikanda. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Off play action. Nance. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does, to the tune of a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Benson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Benson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. Fourth down, straight ahead. And he has got it. From 55 yards away, that was never in doubt. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard. Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. To the air goes Daniels. Going right back to Ferguson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And some room to roam now. But he's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. He'll get this off to Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Daniels. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. In motion, the tight end. Operating from the gun. Nance. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base.
And got his man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Boston, the man in motion left. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now Daniels. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Daniels looking to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Here's Daniels. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Calvin Austin there to make the grab. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nance. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Looking to throw. Nance. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Nance. He's going to loft it. Deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
A give up the middle with Benson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. From the gun on third down, Nance. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run over center with Benson. And he'll take this down to the 33.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll go again with Benson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Patterson's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They go play action. Daniels. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Wilson's got it complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Off the play fake, Daniels. He finds Austin complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. In motion left goes a tight end. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
That's to the pylon and incomplete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Forced out. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Nance throwing the out route incomplete. That's Franklin. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's taken in by Franklin. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him. So they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this 1st half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Throwing to start the drive. Whitmore. Caught by Wilson. The Eagles going to take the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he completes it to Wilson. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 4. Complete to Austin here over the middle. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the tight end goes in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A throw out wide going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A final shot before break. Nance. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Richardson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up first and 10 at the 45. Throwing to start the drive. Whitmore. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Harris running straight ahead. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back to throw. Whitmore. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Whitmore. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Back to throw. Whitmore. And Thomas has it. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
First down, they start out with Abanikanda. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On the toss, Abanikanda. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. They'll run it with Andrews. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. 2nd down and 4. Richardson looking to throw this. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now it's Richardson. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. This 2nd and 4. Richardson working from the gun. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down. Again, it's Richardson. Pass complete there to McClure. And this is only going to be a gain of 2. He this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Escapes the sack, eluding the pressure right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 1. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Harris going to get it again on second down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Richardson looking to throw. And that's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Richardson out of the shotgun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. A short one there, caught by Likely. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. That one taken in by Corley. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, Richardson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Peters. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. Here, Richardson yet again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Peters. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's Richardson to throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. He's going to try and take off with it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Abanikanda. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. That's caught. This is Abanikanda. And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Whitmore escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Whitmore. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The tight end in motion right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 26. The Eagles on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Operating from the gun, Whitmore. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
Now Richardson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This complete to Corley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Peters. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back to the air with Richardson. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. Right side, there's Likely with it. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Richardson. Complete to Likely on the out route. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now it's Richardson. Touchdown, Raiders! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drives 7 plays in length. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they will take a knee here. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season,